Hi, I'm Megan. Welcome to today's live reading of Perfect Office Pact by Maria Jane, presented by Itsy Bitsy Book Bits. Join me. Chapter 1. Mira Vasquez turns into a parking space, spins the knob to kill the AC, and cuts the engine of the paint-worn hatchback. Releasing the steering wheel, she lifts her phone and glances at the time. 7:50. Perfect. Stuffing the device in the inner pocket of a black faux leather shoulder bag, hot air fills her lungs as rays of the rising sun pierce the dark structure, heating the humid air in the small space. Sweat threatens to coalesce into beads on her forehead as she shoves the door open. She fights fanning her face and waving her arms like a chicken to stave off soaking her outfit as her heels clack across the pavement. Nose twitching with protest as the pungent smell from a nearby trash can fills her nostrils, she reaches the elevator and presses the button. Her skirt seems to whip the water from the air and it clings to her thighs. She adjusts the cream blouse on her black waistband. An elevator ding offers hope of relief from the heat, but her wishes evaporate as she crosses the threshold. Musty, warm air engulfs her. With a short breath, she presses the button for the lobby. 2 floors up, the cart opens to a swoosh of cool air. Crossing the marble lobby to a bank of elevators, she pushes the button. A door in front of her slides open and she steps into the space. Watching the lights above the door, she exhales. You've got this. She grips her shoulder strap. Doors open to a small vestibule as her foot falls on a dense rug. The heel gives in the soft fibers. She smiles as the woman beyond the glass door lifts her chin and stands, the sides of her lips turning up. Seeing the nude sleeveless dress on the woman, Mira regrets her suit choice. Black is classic, right? Within 2 strides, she pulls the brass handle and enters the cream-hued office. Good morning, Mira. It's great to have you in. Great to have you at Jordan Realty officially. The woman wearing a name tag that reads Kimberly Knight, Jordan Realty, uses a voice barely above a whisper. Thank you. I'm supposed to be meeting Serena. Yes, she'll be right with you. Thank you. Mira marvels at the space. The wall of glass overlooking the park below, the hardwood floor spread with exotic textiles, paintings of the rolling hills of the Kentucky horselands, and subtle hues gracing the walls, and mentally pinches herself. Jordan Realty. The top real estate firm in the city seems like a pipe dream until someone earns the top ranking in the most grueling program in the state. 4 days ago, she packed a small box from her fluorescent lit client's account cubicle and turned in the key card saying goodbye to a 3-year career at a regional bank. Now she does her best to keep from swiveling her hips and waving her arms above her head in a celebration dance over the feat of occupying one of the most coveted slots in Lexington. She smiles and locks her hands in front of her body. No, not you, a husky voice calls from behind her. Blood rushes to her hands, and she stretches her fingers as her arch nemesis strides into the room. He's an arrogant, gorgeous ass wearing khaki-colored linen pants with a sharp line down the front of both legs, a white shirt with a starched collar, and a blue blazer, and he stops beside her. She forces a smile. Cade, are you gorgeous, the smartest still? Yes. And working here? Yep. They hired the top of the class. Sliding both hands into his pockets, he rocks on his heels. Spreading her shoulders, she mentally recites the first lines of the Lord's Prayer. Thy will be done. This guy ignites every immature neuron in her brain. And you are Cade Jordan. She angles her chin. His lips morph into a smile. Everybody thinks that we're related. I hear this place is cutthroat. Hope you can handle the heat. Opening and closing her mouth, she locks down the urge to remind him she beat him by 0.6 of a point. Oh, good, you're getting acquainted. We like our new hires to bond. It can really help to have a buddy to navigate these first months. Dressed in a khaki suit and white eyelet blouse, their mentor appears before them. After a whispered greeting to Kimberly, the woman waves Mira and Cade down the hall, explaining how the tech person will set up our computers first. Stopping at an interior office holding 2 desks separated by a glass divider, the woman leaves the pair to find the tech person. No, Mira's mind screams. If I have to share an office with Cade, I am doomed. She sets her bag on the closest desk, staking her claim. It's okay, Cade leans in, his warm breath washing over her cheek. I'll have the office to myself soon. A string of inaudible Spanish curses passes her lips as she rolls her chair back and sits down. No matter how many courses he takes or that trip he took to Chile, he always brags about, his Spanish will never rival hers. With English as a second language, she dreams in Spanish, and that gave her the extra edge that landed her here. Plus, she hadn't seen Cade in the Spanish for a residential and commercial real estate course. Their mentor soundlessly slips into the office with the tech person, 2 laptops in hand and a tan bag slung over his shoulder close behind. Following introductions, their mentor leaves the IT person to guide Mira and Cade through setting up their laptops, leading them through the computer login in hushed tones that tech aids in connecting tablets and phones to the appropriate apps. Mira's phone dings a 2-minute warning for the next appointment, and their mentor appears in the doorway. Freaky. Miss Hawthorne, or Serena, as they were told to address her, guides them through the floor plan on their apps and then through the office. She makes quiet intros to all they meet, ending the tour on the upper level deck. The mid-morning sun heats Mira's face as they cross the shrub-lined terrace. A cafe and bar lines the wall that the map indicates joins the C-suite. Mira swallows. Her 1:30 meeting with Dr. Declan Jordan looms large in her mind. He's a person, really only 5 years older than you. A breeze blows Mira's hair across her face, and refocusing, she pumps her legs to keep up with Serena's pace. This is the premium property in our downtown Lexington. We want our clients to see the quality we hope to help them purchase. She stops at the glass railing at the edge of the roof and spins to face them. Pointing out the other notable buildings, she leads them to a table in the shade and waves over a server. They take the drink orders, and Serena outlines Mira and Cade's first year with the firm, detailing a shadowing period of 6 months, followed by partnering with an agent through the first year. Serena's phone buzzes, and she completes her summary. Mira lifts her cup, searching for a home for the used mug. Oh, leave it, sweetie. That's what we have waitstaff for. Serena slides in her chair. Circling back to the office floor, they meet with the human resources person and are left to review the required training videos. As they watch their own devices across from each other, headphones fitted over their ears, Cade reclines and locks his fingers behind his neck. He rolls his chairs forwards and back, as Mira struggles to concentrate on the material. Why can't he sit still? She angles her body towards the wall, focusing on the painting of a horse galloping across the field. Cade rolls his chair back as the clock chimes noon. Want to grab some lunch upstairs? I brought my food. I'm going to study through lunch. I don't think we're supposed to eat in the offices. Why do you think that? Cade touches the screen and holds it out, enlarging the bottom text. Please enjoy complimentary beverages in any space. Lunch and snacks are provided in the cafe and dining room. She fights an eye roll. What's the big deal with eating in an office? Oh, I guess rich people don't do that. She hears her stepdad's voice echo through her mind. See, it's fate. I get to tell you all the ways you're going to fail here. Cade leans toward her and whispers. Half of real estate is connections. I know you're little Miss Prim and Proper, but you need to have a beer on the rooftop and mingle, or you're going to go nowhere in this company. Wait, I don't care. Standing, he backs towards the door, opens it, and glides into the hall. Is he 12? Rolling her eyes, Mira lifts her bag to her shoulder. She follows Cade to the elevators. Because he talks nonstop about his 4th of July in horse country, at least she doesn't have to think about conversation. A nod here and a yes there is all he needs to keep going. Most gather around the table, swapping stories of their July holidays, but Mira eats her free sandwich and excuses herself. Back in the office, she pulls up the schedule. Declan Jordan, CEO, and a string of other acronym titles she should probably figure out. 1:30, C-suite. The next item reads, the one and only arrogant, condescending, better than thou real estate professor she could do nothing good enough for. Dr. Declan Jordan is CEO and managing partner of Jordan Realty, Inc. She'd been relieved not to interview with him as her blood pressure doubles in his presence. At least the meeting is only scheduled for half an hour, and then she hopefully won't have to see him until a holiday party months from now. Thinking there are bigger things to focus on, like memorizing the faces, names, and bios of the realtors In the firm, she clicks through the company's website. At the J's, Cade's picture sits next to Declan's. Everyone in the real estate program believed they were related, but noting their features in different colorings, she finds little resemblance, save the fact that they're both arrogant and entitled. Wondering if she can stand sharing an office with Cade, she reads through his bio. It's not even like he went to an Ivy League school. University of Michigan is expensive, but she can't see how it would be any different than University of Kentucky. Sharing an office with Cade without shooting him could take a lot of patience. Mira, Kimberly whispers from the doorway. Inching inside, she holds a vase stuffed with flowers. These are for you. Thank you. Standing, Mira takes the container. Kimberly backs away. I'm just going to shut your door, okay? Sure, thanks. The sweet smell of flowers permeates Mira's senses. Heart rate jumping, she searches the bouquet for a card. Could Austin really be stepping up his romance game? Finally? Finding the note, she slides the card from the envelope. Wishing you a great first day. You got this. Love, Bree and Chloe. Tucking the note in the holder, Mira snaps the picture and adds it in a text string to her friends with a heart emoji and in all caps, thank you. How's it going? Chloe replies. I need a girls' night. Fly home for the night? It's only Monday. Austin or the new job? Both. Not getting home until Labor Day. I'm sure Bree will be up for it. Stowing the device, Mira refocuses on the bios. Dr. Declan Jordan, better known in her real estate classes as Professor Dick, graduated from Harvard at 20 and from Wharton Business School with an MBA at 22. Brainiac, check. Chiseled genius with no soul, check. Don't need to know more about him, check. Moving to the next name, she continues, taking notes on the agents. What are these? Cade slides into the room, palms up, making a big deal of avoiding the bouquet. You have to get rid of those. Did you see the schedule? Our meeting with Declan Jordan is in half an hour. You need to change stat. The smell is permeating everything in here. So she narrows her gaze. Think about this place. He swirls a finger in the air. Did you see a flower arrangement or plant anywhere? Do you not hear everyone whispering? Declan Jordan likes sterile environments, neutral colors, uniform lighting, no loud noises, no smells. How do you know that? I've had him for several courses. He seems completely normal. His eyebrows raise up. Up in front of the lecture hall, at least 20 feet from students. Did you not watch his documentary? Mensa makes Declan Jordan managing partner of Lexington's largest real estate company at age 28. Jumping up, Mira slings her bag over one shoulder and hooks an arm under the vase. I'll be back. Better hurry, Cade points to the Rolex adorning his wrist. She strides down the hall, forcing her legs to move as fast as they can in her 3-inch heels, calculating the time. Bree lives closer, but with a 3-inch height difference, they're nowhere close to the same size. She scans her map app and sees a budget department store 2 blocks down, punches the lobby button for the elevator. Inside, she switches the vase to the other hip. What am I supposed to do with the flowers? They're so pretty, it would be a crime to toss them. Deciding to leave them beside her car, she hits the parking garage level. Her heels clack across the pavement as she sets the flowers between her car and the wall and half jogs up the ramp to the street. Sweat already beading on her forehead, she spots the store. The sun bakes her skin through the black jacket and she strips off the garment. Cool air from the interior washes over her as the glass swings open. Thank goodness women's business is in the front. She grabs a white shell and cream blazer in her size from the rack and winds to the checkout. On the sidewalk, she checks her phone. 10 minutes. Dang it. Her legs pump as sweat forms on her skin. She speeds into the building, then to the bank of elevators, forcing a smile for the other passengers. On the 4th floor, luck would have it, the front desk is empty and she ducks into the restroom. She slides into a stall, strips her shirt, tugs the tags from the new one, and tucks it into her waistband. Pulling off the jacket's multiple labels, she wriggles into it in the small space. She exits to the sink, washing her hands and folding her old outfit into her bag. Her calendar app dings with the notice of the meeting. Crap. Rushing into the hall, she takes the stairs 2 at a time and speeds into the C-suite lobby. As she approaches, the receptionist rises. Mira Vasquez? Her voice just above a whisper. She wears a wide smile. Mira stops at the front desk. Yes. Am I too late? No, it's only been a minute. They're waiting for you. She opens the inner door. Inhaling, Mira crosses the threshold into a room of gray hues, save for the outer wall of glass stretching from the floor to ceiling. The park below looks as if it's in a miniature village. Forcing a smile and extending an arm, she crosses to the desk. Sorry for being late. I spilled coffee on my jacket. Declan Jordan touches his thumb and finger to the bridge of his nose. He closes his eyes, reopens them, and lowers his hand. I hope you got a tour of the employee fitness club. You should be assigned a locker in the dressing room and keep additional necessities there. Retracting the outstretched hand, she smooths her A-line skirt. Yes, I'll ask about that. She backs to the open chair and takes a seat beside Cade. Declan Jordan still hates her. The frustrated touch to his nose is the exact one she got all through his courses. His phrasing is exactly the same. I hope you ABC, you should XYZ. Followed by instructions for additional research, calculation, or review, same as every semester. Declan clears his throat. I believe you took my commercial real estate class in the spring. Yes, sir. She holds his steely blue stare. Please call me Declan. We're colleagues. I hear you're sharing an office with Cade. His eyes never leave Mira. Mira cuts her eyes to Cade. His eyes dart to Declan. Yes, we knew each other in real estate school too. Declan smiles. Your grades are impressive. Top of the class by 0.6 of a point. Mira straightens her back and smiles. An accolade? Swoon? Not. Thank you. I worked really hard. Declan's eyes hold hers as he asks about her prior position. Smiling, she scoots to the front of her chair. I majored in business with a minor in finance. I thought I would really like banking, but it wasn't challenging or rewarding. I took all these online career aptitude tests and most pointed me towards real estate, so here I am. It must have been a big risk to invest in a real estate school. You seem to have taken full advantage and to be on an upward trajectory. We're happy to have you. Is that a compliment? Mira bites her lip. Thank you. It's good to be here. Leaning forward, Cade clears his throat. Declan shifts his eyes to the man beside Mira and reclines in his chair. Cade, we began our conversation about your history before Mira joined us. Perhaps you could share whether you have a specialty in mind. Specialty? Mira's mind goes blank. Am I supposed to know what I want to specialize in? My focus will be high-end real estate. It's great you know your preference. We'll make sure you're paired with the right mentors. Repeating the career progression, and I explained, he emphasized that based on performance, they'll be mentored through the first year, then transitioned to becoming solo agents. Reports on each of their cases are due to him by Friday every afternoon. Due to him Friday every afternoon. Reports of each of their cases are due to him Friday afternoon by 5. Every other week, they will meet with him to review their progress. His tone, quick and curt, eyes rarely glancing towards Mira. She wonders why he'd been bothered with pretending to be interested in her background. Am I only checking his boxes for Latino female? At this point, it seems the only plausible answer. He glances at his watch and stands. It was good to meet both of you. My assistant will schedule our next meeting. Rising, Mira smooths her skirt and extends a hand. Thank you for the overview, Mr. Jordan. He lifts his hand to his nose and fixes his thumb and finger on the bridge. Yes, Declan is fine. Right, she raises her thumbs. Declan, sorry. Declan, good to see you. Cade offers his hand. Declan smiles and grips the outstretched palm. Looking forward to working together, Cade. What the? He can barely look at me, won't even shake my hand, and he smiles at Cade like they're buddies already. Can you say good old boys club? Is it any more obvious? She should have known this firm would be this way. Mira reviews her research on the company in her mind. None of it mentioned that at all. She'd interviewed with 2 women, one just over a year into her career here. All seemed good. Don't get ahead of yourself. Declan sidesteps around his desk and they walk into the foyer where their next meetings are scheduled with the assistant. After a quick goodbye, Declan disappears into his office and the pair approach the elevator. Hardly able to hide her frustration, Mira rocks on her toes and strides inside as soon as the doors open. Exhaling, she leans against the wall. Boy, he does not like you, Cade chuckles as he punches the button for the floor. So I wasn't the only one getting those vibes. I can't believe I was late. She presses her palm to her forehead. Nope, they were totally vibes and not the good ones. But hey, at least you don't smell like a flower garden. He rolls on his heels. He didn't like me when I took his course either. Why would you apply here then? She shrugs. It's the best firm. I smell fine, right? Cade leans toward her. Do to me. The elevator opens and they proceed to the office. Inside, she takes her desk opposite of Cade. He knocks his knuckles on the desk. You might want to lose the necklace too. Kind of assuming. She stares at him. What does it assume? That a client would be comfortable with open displays of religious opinions? She grips the cross. I never take this off. Suit yourself. He opens his laptop. Heart pounding, she opens the app for the training materials. He's just trying to throw you off your game. Her finger taps the link to start the next tutorial video. From human resources topics to best client practices to Lexington area residential and commercial markets. Each video is 50 minutes long. She takes copious notes and aces every one of the quizzes at the end, hoping that counts for something. She makes cheat sheets on each of the agents from the website till her clock pings 5. Freedom. Shutting her computer, she slides it into her bag. You finish all the videos? Cade stands and stretches. Yeah, you. Piece of cake. He stuffs his phone into his pocket. You not taking your computer home? We'll have plenty of working nights and weekends. Want to grab a beer? Do you just drink all the time? My theory is to enjoy life to the fullest. Does that mean no to the beer? She heaves the bag onto her shoulder. I have a boyfriend. He holds up his palms. I just meant as a colleague / friend / newbie solidarity. Bury the hatchet drink. You started the day out by saying you were going to bury me. She sidesteps the door. Serena appears in the hall. Oh, good, I caught you. I wanted to let you know your assignments will be in your email this evening, and your partner should reach out to you with the schedule for tomorrow. Thank you. I'll look for the messages. Mira clutches her bag. Okay, have a good night. Serena continues down the hall. You too. Mira waits until Serena rounds the corner. Have a good night, Cade. In the lobby, she waves to Kimberly, feeling guilty for leaving at 5. Mira put in her 8 to 5 and got all the assigned tasks completed. In the elevator, she leans against the wall and takes stock. Besides being late for the meeting with Mr. Jordan, Declan, she rolls her eyes. Declan and Cade, today was a success. And what is Cade's deal? Does he really want to hang out with me? He'd never said a nice word to her through the whole grueling year of real estate school. Maybe he finally decided she was a worthy cohort. Maybe she could learn something from him. Winding down the parking deck stairs, she descends into the sweltering zone of musty hot air. Holding her breath so as not to puke, she exits on her level. If she hadn't taken the stairs earlier, she hadn't taken the stairs earlier, and she has no idea where her car is. She crosses to one end, heels pounding into the concrete, sweat forming on her brow with no luck. Shedding her jacket, she clicks the car's remote. A faint ding sounds, and she trudges in that direction. Bag on one shoulder and jacket draped over the other arm. A tall, burly guy dressed in a tank and jeans, button-down shirt hanging from his back pocket, steps into her path. Hey, you're very good on the eyes. Looking for your car? I can help. His hot breath smells of last month's beer. Keeping her eyes trained ahead, she raises the keys. Nope, got it. You work here? Haven't seen you before. He falls in beside her, cheap cologne assaulting her olfactory senses. Nope. She picks up her pace as sweat starts to roll down her chest. Closing the gap, he runs his finger along her arm. We could get a drink to get to know each other. Taking a side step away, she shakes her keys. I have somewhere to be. Come on. What's the hurry? You gotta eat, you gotta drink something, may as well enjoy it. While you are. I have a boyfriend. She scans the lot, spotting her car 3 rows away, with not another single person in sight. He nudges her arm. But are you happy with your boyfriend? You're a mighty fine woman. Gotta be the right guy to take care of you. Wedged in, she brushes the warm trunk of her car. Brushes the warm trunk of the car beside her. I'm on my way to meet him. I can make sure you get to your car safe. He lifts his chin in the direction of the blinking lights. Double fudge muffins. Her heart races. She wishes she'd brought that stupid mace her mom was going on about.